I haven't really had a community or coaches who I really was feeling aligned with. So that was a big shift. So the practice since joining specifically the mastermind, even for this year, halfway through the year, I had made everything, my income was everything that I had made the previous year. So essentially, I had cut back some hours. I really have learned through this process to delegate a lot more of my work through my business, but also personally. So I've learned to really focus on the things that matter, focusing on the things that only I can do that are really helping to move the needle. A lot of the things that we all know about, like you become the people you're around. You become unconsciously, we try to fit in. Unconsciously, we have a little mechanism that says, we need to be similar to the people that we surround ourselves with. And what happens is we start to become them whether we want to or not. So, what I started to recognize was I didn't really have people like in my circle in my life who were really kind of like pushing themselves to the next level, like wanting to grow their business, wanting to serve more people. So, it really was important for me to get into a group dynamic with more people who were on that same wavelength and a lot of the belief systems were, I have to do everything myself. I do it the best. I need to be the one who's hands-on. Also, belief systems around working hard means you're worthy. Like working hard means you deserve. Working hard means you earned it. So there was a lot of crap around that I needed to deconstruct to have a life of like enjoyment and ease and financial abundance without having to sacrifice my happiness, my health, without having to work, quote unquote, really hard. I usually start a couple mornings, I start at 7, the other mornings I start at 8. I work till about 1 o'clock. So that's working with one-on-one clients. My revenue has gone up by 5x since when I started. So that's been a huge improvement. I'm looking to have even more growth this year. The biggest shifts I've noticed is within myself. Like I'm feeling changes internally of how I feel about myself, how I show up, how I feel worthy to be in the room, internal improvement, which has changed really everything. It's changed my relationships, it's changed my life, it's changed like my energy, it has changed everything. And my vision has exponentially grown. Like we're being in a certain environment, and even with family, we have a thought process of like, this is as big as I can get. Like, this is as good as it can be. And I was lucky I came from an entrepreneurial family. However, I didn't really have any role models in my family of like women who were in business. Like I was kind of stuck a little bit. And being in this group, like my vision has exponentially grown. Oh, I could do this and I could live there. And when you hear other people and what they're doing, it just instantly shows you unconsciously that it's possible. That's been the biggest shift. I feel more internally worthy. I feel more internally happy, grounded. Really changed every area of my life, every area. And the community, like really meeting people who are like-minded, who are growing, who are changing, interested in personal growth, who are willing to be vulnerable. I mean, that has been like the game changer. And it's interesting too, because meeting a group of people, usually you kind of resonate with a couple people from the group, but what I've found is the more people that I meet, like personally and spend time with from the group, the more I'm like, oh my God, I really like everyone in the group. I think the biggest thing is that you have to be willing to try. Like you have to be willing to put yourself out there. And I have been in this situation where I have been in you know, groups or classes or courses or whatever, even with coaches that were not congruent. It just wasn't quite a fit. And you have to be willing to try. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. And that's the biggest thing with this community is like there is a spiritual aspect of it, which is amazing, and I love that. But I also found I didn't resonate with people who were like 100% in the spiritual aspect because I'm also practical. Like I want the practical tools. I want to know about the energetics. I also want to know about how do you apply that practically? Like that's a great thought process or idea, but how do I like integrate it into my life? And the biggest thing is that this isn't just about changing your business. This isn't just about increasing your numbers or having more revenue or working less days. This literally changes everything. This changes the way your relationship with yourself. This changes your relationship with your work. This changes how you show up as a person. This changes how you show up as a partner, as I'm sure a parent. It's all avenues you start to become really aware and show up from a more like centered, authentic place. And that's the biggest aspect is becoming better in all areas of your life, in all areas.